I'm Heather. I'm back for another really quick video. This one has to be particularly quick because I'm hiding from my child in my bathroom. I also feel that that situation is very relevant to the actual topic of the video because it's my TBR for the Hocus Pocus Readathon come October that I'm super excited about. But what is scarier, I ask you, than a kid with absolutely nothing to do just bugs you non-stop to get them snacks and to listen to them sing another song and to play another round of Uno? I ask you. So, before she finds me, she will find me because she's clever. So, quick. Right, so the Hocus Pocus Readathon, you've probably heard of it, but if you haven't, let me give you a rundown. It was started by Tiffy E and Alyssa at Pages in Ink. There are a bunch of sort of co-hosts that have sort of been assigned to each team. There's 3 teams. A little blurb thing, and it's like super cheesy, but I'm in it, friend, all the way. Let me give it to you. It was on Halloween in 1693 that Winifred, Sarah, and Mary Sanderson stole the spirit of young Emily Binks. Taking their revenge, the town of Salem hanged the 3 witches before the Sanderson sisters took their last breath. Their magic book had cast a curse that the sisters would return on All Hallows Eve on a full moon when a virgin lights the black flame candle. It's simple: join a team, fight for victory, survive the night, enter if you dare. I'm so in. I'm in. So anyway, I obviously have picked Team Sanderson Sisters because I've been obsessed with Salem and witches and everything like that since I was about 8 years old. Okay, but there are, 6 prompts, and then a 7th at the end is to watch the movie, which I will obviously be doing, even though I couldn't find it anywhere for free. Annoying. I'm gonna have to stupidly rent it on Google Play, and I hate them, but that's like a whole nother story. It'll be fun to watch it anyway. My kid hasn't seen it, she'll be totally down. For Team Sanderson Sisters, the prompts are potion, spells, and enchantments. Read a book with a witchy main character. That's 5 points. The Sanderson Sisters have risen. Read a book with a female protagonist. That's 5 points. The magic book is calling to you. Read a book that is spellbindingly atmospheric for 5 points. The burning rain of death. Read a book that frightens you for 5 points. Dun, dun, dun. Master Satan is pleased with you. Read a book with a powerful villain for 5 points. Work together with your team to take down those horrible children and become immortal. Read the group book for 10 points. Okay. Also celebrate your victory by watching Hocus Pocus 15 points. Blech. Anyway, so the team goal, cast a spell to become immortal, requires 50 points. The strength, you cast a spell to give your team a boost, add 5 points to 1 prompt. I'm probably just going to add that to the top prompt because let's be honest, it's the only one I'll definitely get done. Life is hard. Your weakness, in order to capture the children, you must learn about them. You must read a YA or middle grade novel, which is fine because I have a shit ton of them in my house because I'm weird. Read a book with a witchy main character. I'm sort of cheating a bit with this, but this one is called The Witches Salem 1692, A History by Stacy Shipp. This is not a novel. This is an actual, like, true thing. It began in 1692 over an exceptionally raw Massachusetts winter when a minister's niece began to scream and convulse. It ended less than a year later, but not before panic had infected the entire colony. 19 men and women had been hanged, and a band of adolescent girls had brought Massachusetts to its knees. This is like an actual like non-fiction thing, and I saw it first of all on NPR's Book Concierge, like the best books that they reviewed over the course of the whole of last year. They like do a thing at the end of the year. So I originally saw it there, saw it on a couple of other lists later, saw it in Hay when I went there, sort of featured, so boom, it's mine. I'm gonna read it, I can't wait. And like obviously the main characters are these hot ladies, so it definitely meets the prompt. Okay, the next one I'm going to do is a book with a female protagonist. So this one isn't so Halloween-y. It's sort of just a bit weird and creepy and unsettling, and everything that happens in it, you're like, ooh, I'm like a bit, you know, it's like a whole sort of creepy, like weird atmosphere. Anyway, this one is called Milkman by Anna Burns. I picked this one up at Hay Festival last year because Anna Burns was one of their speakers. It's also a winner of the Man Booker Prize for 2018, and I'm pretty excited about it. My friend Emma read it, and she put on Goodreads that she really liked it, so now I'm super down. In this unnamed city, to be interesting is dangerous. Middle sister is busy attempting to keep her mother from discovering her maybe boyfriend and to keep everyone in the dark about her encounter with Milkman. But when first brother-in-law sniffs out her trouble and rumors start to swell, middle sister becomes interesting. The last thing she ever wanted to be interesting is to be noticed, and to be noticed is dangerous. This will also allow me to get it off my bookshelf because I've been meaning to read it for a very long time. Like, it's embarrassing how long, I'm not even gonna tell you. Definitely, I'm excited to knock that one out. Okay, next one is one that's spellbindingly atmospheric. I'm finally gonna read again, like another one that's been on my shelf for absolutely ages and I've been meaning to read. Finally, I will hopefully get to it with this. It is The Death of Mrs. Westaway by Ruth Ware. And actually, look at this nugget. Boom. I really wanted to read this. And I had like a gift certificate thing from my husband. And I went to that bookstore and was going to get a book and saw that this one, ones that were signed by the author and ones that were normal and not signed were the exact same price. There we go. Let's do a little picture. The wheel. Don't know what that means. It's cute though, isn't it? Tarot edition. Don't know what that means. It's probably really special, but I'm such like just a reader of books and not a collector of books that I don't even really care. It's the same price. I just thought, well, maybe I can sell it on eBay afterwards. But I'm super excited to get to that one because I've heard a million good things about it, and yeah, like atmospheric, you know. Next one is a book that frightens you. I'm gonna use this category to meet my like YA child like weakness things. I saw the movie for this book and it was terrifying. It is officially a child's movie, so like I have no way to explain why it is that I find it so terrifying, but I do. This one is Coraline by Neil Gaiman. There's something strange about Coraline's new home. It's not the mist or the cat that always seems to be watching her, nor the signs of danger that Miss Spink and Miss Forcible, her new neighbors, read in the tea leaves. It's the other house, the one behind the old door in the drawing room. Another mother and father with black button eyes and papery skin are waiting for Coraline to join them there, and they want her to stay with them forever. This particular one, illustrated by Chris Riddell, who I love. I follow him on Instagram and his stuff is awesome. Like, okay, but I've just looked now. Holy crap, this image itself is gonna give me a nightmare. Like, why is this a child's book? Fuck. Why? That's horrifying. That's scarier than loads of like adult scary ones I've seen before. Like this one book I read that I absolutely love, which is like supposed to be like the Scooby-Doo gang, like in the future after they've grown up. I think it's like Meddling Kids or something like that, like Cantero or something as the author. That was in the proper horror section. I was like, should I do it? I don't know, blah, blah, blah. But I read that whole thing and it was fine. Not even one nightmare. It was hilarious and lighthearted. Okay, this one, a child's book. It's gonna give me nightmares for days. Oh shit. My kid just asked my husband where I am. Okay, so the next prompt is one with a powerful villain. Right, so with that one, I'm going to read Vicious by V.E. Schwab. Right, so this one I don't know a lot about, but I really, really liked A Darker Shade of Magic. And this one I think is totally just about villains. Like there aren't even like any like real non-villainy people in it. Like Victor and Eli started out as college roommates, brilliant, arrogant, lonely boys who recognize the same ambition in each other. A shared interest in adrenaline, near-death experiences, and seemingly supernatural events reveals an intriguing possibility that under the right conditions, someone could develop extraordinary abilities, but when their thesis moves from the academic to the experimental, things go horribly wrong. Arch nemesis, sidekick, but who will be left alive at the end? So I know pretty much nothing about this one except about like the fact that's something to do with villains, and that's all I need to know for the prompt. So I'm down. Most people love it. Why not? Okay, so the last prompt for reading is to read the group book, and there are actually 2 group books. Like you can pick one or the other, but I think I'm gonna go with the Hocus Pocus book. Like loads of people have said it's actually crap. And not only is it crap, it completely ruined the whole of their Hocus Pocus experience. Like after they read the book and like how it sort of like goes beyond the movie into like future times beyond that, they're like, now I can't even watch the movie the same way, like it's completely ruined it. But the other book, I can't remember the name of it, but I read sort of like things about it and reviews and everything, does seem actually worse. So I'm gonna go with the Hocus Pocus one and hope that it like doesn't scar me and like ruin my whole Hocus Pocus experience for life. But it does sort of like from the back and everything and from like the premise, it does seem relatively good. So I don't know, we'll see. I'm not actually gonna buy that book because partially because I'm a bit terrified it's gonna be terrible and that I don't want it in my house. But also I was able to get it super cheap on Audible just as an audiobook. So that would be one that I listen to instead of actually physically read. I think some of the other ones I might try to do as an audiobook as well. I just know sort of like in the scope of this 2 weeks, like I'm eventually gonna like just be exhausted from work or like exhausted with my kid or like something. Like I have like my Welsh language classes after work on a Tuesday as well. Like it's just a lot of stuff to fit in. So I think I'm gonna have to sort of bite the bullet and in order to get through all the books I want to do, I'm gonna have to do audio books as well. But I'm gonna start out not doing that and see how bad it gets first. Okay, y'all, if you are doing this readathon as well, please let me know what you're reading in the comments. If you've read any of these books or you want to read any of these books, please give me all of your thoughts. How you liked it, you didn't like it, why you want to read it, blah, blah. I'm definitely up for having a conversation about these kinds of books. Also, if you are going to do the readathon and you want to chat about it, let me know. Leave me like your like handle stuff on Twitter if you want. I'll put everything, like all the links and stuff to the readathon down below. So if you want to start it, all you have to do like basically is to sign up on the sheet to one of the teams. There's like 3 teams, Team Undead. I cannot remember what the other teams are. Team Undead and another one. Anyway, if you like this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. That'd be really awesome. And see you next time.